What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Cracka Crumbs update. Lots to talk about on this update. Lots to do. First, I hope everyone had an awesome gobble till you wobble day. Wobble till you gobble. Either way, Thanksgiving. Mine was rather fun. It was interesting, hung out with family. Cool thing is that my birthday was Black Friday. Yay. But because I hung out with my family on Thanksgiving, I got presents early. My future sister-in-law got me the Lion-O Christmas ornament. This is what he looks like. Very, very cool. Very impressed. Can't wait to put him on the tree. And of course, because my family knows me so well, they always wrap my gifts in comic book wrapping paper. Yay! And they give me comic book cards. Comic book birthday cards. Very cool. My future mother-in-law actually got me this for my birthday, which is WWE 13. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome game. This is probably the best wrestling game I've played in a long, long time. Just very, very cool. A lot of cool downloadable stuff. A lot of cool features they put back in. Just an overall great game, which I'll probably do a review down the line, but very, very cool. Very cool. So that is what I got for my birthday, other than my little comic book haul, which came in the mail on my birthday, which is pretty cool. Before we get into that, I'm going to do a quick review on some of the ones I got a chance to read. If you don't want to know what's in these things, you might want to skip ahead. Found my, there it is. Found my spoiler alert card. But anyway, Batman, number 14, which is The Death in the Family. This is really, really good. I'm enjoying this. Joker basically kind of stepped everything up a notch. He's kind of going through all his old, I guess, schemes that he's done with Batman, but he's taken them a step further and going like ahead of schedule, I guess would be. Because in this, there's a whole thing where Batman figures out that he's going to go to this dam and, I guess, blow it up or poison the water supply or whatever it is. And when he gets there, the Joker's standing there waiting for him. He's like, "You're kind of ahead of schedule." He looks at him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Normally, he's like, you'd throw the Batarang, and you see Batman with the Batarang behind his back." He's like, "And we'd go through this, and you would try to save these people." He's like, "But I've already done what you would have done or whatever." And he's like, "And I already took care of the people." When you look over the side, and there's all the dead bodies in the water, and he's like, "Now that we've done that," he's like, "we can deal with, this." It's just really, really cool. Very, very interesting book. Not going to get in the whole thing, but Batman and Robin, number 14. The previous issue was like with zombies, basically, and that's what this has. Which I didn't know how they were going to do a Death in the Family tie-in with this, because I'm like, alright, obviously that's Joker teeth, but it's cool because the person behind the zombies turns out to be the Joker. But it's very, very cool. Good book. The Green Lantern Corps, number 14. Another interesting book. Basically, Guy Gardner, the little bastard Guardians, kind of put everything on him, saying that he's the reason that these people died and all this stuff, and they take away his ring and he resigns. Very cool, interesting book. And moving on to Fantastic Four, number 1. Not bad. It's kind of like it's kind of cool because in the beginning they show like Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four. They're all in like the Jurassic era, and Reed kind of gets like his arm mangled, which everyone thinks is impossible because he's elastic. How do you mess that up? And he gets bit by the dinosaur, and his whole arm is like shredded, like down to like nothing, where it's almost like hanging off. And he's just like, wow, that's weird. And then you find out later on that that he's losing his powers, I guess, that he's deteriorating. It's actually killing him. And he thinks that the other Fantastic Four are having the same problem, and he comes up with an idea. Like he's like, how can I fix this, whatever? And he talks to Herbie the robot, and he's like, "Is there anything known in this universe that could save my life and give me back my powers?" And the robot said, "No, there's nothing around." And he's like, oh, I guess I'll have to do the non-universe then. And he jokes, and then the robot's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, wait a minute. And then he builds like some kind of time travel device or whatever. And it's strange. Apparently, it continues in FF #1, which I didn't order. Because I was looking, I was like, why does they have two Fantastic Four #1s? So I kind of screwed up there. But if they have it down the line, in my next order, maybe I'll get it. But that does it for these reviews of the old comics that I got here to read. Now let's take a look at some of the new ones. I did get a few back issues too, but let me go through the new back issues I guess that I got. I do have this one already. It's Ghost Rider #15, except I have the second printing, which from what I hear is worth more money than the original one, which I don't know if that's 100% true. But I have it signed by the artist Mark Teixeira. Teixeira, I can never say his name. But I did like the original printing, so I found it in Midtown. It's near Mint. It's the black cover that glows in the dark, which is cool. Just really can't see it now, but it's near Mint. It's very cool. It was only $1, so what the hell, you know? So now I got them both. Moving on. Under $1. Hippies Collectibles, nothing I'll know about. I got this one. This was another one that wasn't under $1, but it was close to the buck. It's Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man #120. Going after the portrait comics. It's funny because they show, obviously the portrait has the black suit, and then the black suit's on the top left, and black suit's on the bottom there. But this has nothing to do with the black suit. He actually has his red and blue in this, which is funny because a lot of the comics, after the black suit was done and over with, still kept the black suit on the cover. I guess maybe to try to boost sales, or maybe they had some kind of commitment going on. Yeah, and there goes my lineup. But moving on. This I actually got this cost me wasn't under $1, but it was close. It was $3. It wasn't near the deer nuts, but happy to have it. And it's the Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Daredevil #141, which is the co-first appearance of the black suit. It's now in my collection. Excellent. Not a bad book. I read it. Actually, this one was an interesting story. It was basically just about Spider-Man fighting tenant eviction. But anyway, this one, same kind of thing. It's like a retelling of 252 in a way, like from a different kind of perspective. But it's not the exact same story. Like the beginning of it is the same story in a way, but it's told from an eyewitness, and then later on they kind of switch it around. But it was cool. It was good. Hey. Alright, that does it for the back issues of the new stuff. Now to go on to the new stuff in general. I got the Amazing Spider-Man #698. This was really, really good. I got a chance to read it, so I'm going to put this up there in case you don't want to know what it is. You might want to fast forward a little bit. But apparently, this is, everyone's looking at this Doc Ock, which I'm going to have to, again, backtrack because I'm trying to fill up my Amazing Spider-Man collection. But I don't have the issues where apparently he tried to blow up the world or whatever. But when you read this thing, you look at Spider-Man, and I got to say, this is probably one of the best drawn Spider-Man costumes in a long time. Like, it's just really well done. It kind of looks like the old one in a way, but it's just really cool looking. If you read this one, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, this Dr. Octopus, and he's dying, from whatever it is he did, and he keeps saying Peter Parker, and the Avengers call Spider-Man, and they're like, Doc Ock wants to see you, but he's asking for Peter Parker, and he's like, oh yeah. And here's where the spoiler comes around, so you, like I said, might want to fast forward a little bit more. Basically, Doc Ock is Peter Parker. Like, Spider-Man takes off his mask, and he's like, yeah, I'm Peter Parker, and you're Doc Ock now, but he's like, no, I'm Peter Parker. He's like, you were Peter Parker, but he's like, now I'm Peter Parker. I have all your memories. I have, all your stuff. I'm like, oh my god. This is just really, really, really good. It's definitely worth picking up. It's worth the money. Moving on. It's the end of that spoiler. So there you go. To the ones I have yet to read. The Avengers End Times #34, which I'm liking this storyline. with the Wasp. Very cool. Can't wait to read it. Captain America #1, which I heard a lot of people say sucks, but what the hell. Trying to get the #1s. Daredevil #20. Pretty cool cover. I just noticed that those are all weapons around him. Interested in the storyline with the Coyote guy. See how that plays out. I got Deadpool #2. Just a funny ass cover. The first one was funny and good, so I can't wait to read this one with the presidents. I got the Indestructible Hulk #1. See how that goes. Iron Man #2. Minimum Carnage Omega, which is a one-shot, which is the end of the Minimum Carnage thing. Curious to see how that ends. Uncanny X-Force #34, which the last issue was really, really good, so I'm very excited to read this one. Let's see. And got Nightwing #14, where apparently he fights Lady Shiva. Justice League #14, with the Cheetah Superman. Catwoman #14, which is the Death of the Family tie-in. And last but not least, Green Lantern New Guardians #14. Sorry about the glare. I gotta really work on my lighting. New bulb, that's probably what it is. It's not dim like the other ones. That pretty much does it. I missed the new Arrow, if it had a new Arrow, which I looked it up online and I didn't see any new ones, so I guess maybe they're taking their break. But tonight is the new Walking Dead. Looks really, really cool. Excited to see that. Kind of sucks though. I was going to go see Red Dawn on my birthday, but I just never got a chance to. So I'm going to try to see it today. Well, technically not right now, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but, 10, 11 o'clock, give or take, I'll go see it. Because I heard it's pretty good. And I like the original one. See how the remake goes. Yeah, I wanted to go on my birthday, but, things happened. And I kind of did a really, really low-key birthday, which everyone keeps asking me, like, why didn't you do anything? I was like, I just didn't want to be bothered. I guess the older you get, you just don't want to really do anything. I don't know if that's probably just me. I'm turning into a hermit. Because everyone's like, oh, how come you didn't go out? I'm like, what'd you do? Well, got new comics that came in the mail, which is cool. Played the WWE 13 game nonstop. Got some Chinese takeout. Watched a few DVDs, and that was about it. Went to bed. Low key birthday. There you go, low key birthday. Very cool. Yeah, see how I did that? All right. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. That's my lovely update, which is got some quite cool stuff. Some pretty cool stuff there. I'm waiting on my next shipment of comics, which I really didn't order that many because there really wasn't that many out that I really wanted from next week. Just maybe like 3 or 4 of them. So who knows? Which is kind of good because it hurts the wallet when a lot of stuff comes out at once. But yeah, that'll do it for this lovely update. I'm still working on my new intros. I made a few and I'm like, I don't like them. So again, that's how I am. I'm like, I have to change it around, make them shorter and better. But anyway, I'm gonna go play some more WWE 13 and maybe make a sandwich because that's how I roll. And it's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's what you have in it.